And you said join match?
Yeah, I just got to rehost it. I was on the wrong version recently.
Okay.
I mean, it tricked me. She said 2.34, and it was 3.7. I was like, oh no, I posted up the wrong thing. Alright, so start new match. Okay. Alright, I got it up again now.
Okay, I see it. Mm-hmm.
And at the top there, you'll notice your little faction. You can pick the Coalition, which is like the human guys, or you can pick like the Silith, which are like the alien people.
I picked the Silith.
Alright, Silith on
really
Silith,
cool.
then we're both alien people. So right away, what you'll notice is that you have those 2 colony ships on your map there, the little planet. That planet is your core world. You start the game with it, and if you click it, you'll get the little card open up, and you'll see you have a cool ability. For our Silith side, it's draw a card the first time you build a frigate each turn. So that's kind of cool. Every time we build frigates, we're drawing cards. And beside it, you got the colony ships. Our colony ships are important. We use the colony ships to take over all these blue uncontrolled sectors. So currently we have one place each, and everything else is uncontrolled. So you want colony ships to kind of take those all over.
Okay. And you just drag the colonizing ship over?
Yep, and you just do a drag and drop, and you'll notice that as you drag them to the adjacent sectors, it'll use up one of your energy. It's the third resource at the top right there. That's because every ship costs a certain amount of energy to move each turn. It's on the left of the name there. It'll say in that little yellow number, it's like, say colony ship has 1/1. That means 1 move a turn, and it costs 1 energy to move it each turn.
Okay.
Yep, cruisers will generally cost like 2 energy to move. The colony ship is actually fuel efficient, costs less. The frigates are small ships, they always cost like 1 energy generally to move. The big scary dreadnoughts are the big ships, they cost 3 energy to move. And then because we're Silith, we tend to have ships that have more movements than the Coalition ones. Coalition's generally like once a turn. Silith will have a lot of that, like 2-3 moves a turn.
Okay, it looks like I'm done this turn.
And what I like to do on the first turn is generally I build a colony ship right away, so I'll have 3.
Mm-hmm.
And with the remaining resources, I'll either spend the 2 research to draw a card from my deck. You click on the little research icon there, it draws a card from your deck. Or if I want, I can click on any of the resources in the top right, and it'll pull open a little transfer window. That lets you trade around resources at a rate of 2 to 1.
Is there a maximum hand size?
Yes, 6. If you have more than 6 cards in your hand, the game's going to ask you to discard. To discard, you can either drag and drop to your discard pile, which is just under your deck, or you can click on a card and then hit that little red trash can icon twice.
Oh, I have too many cards in my hand.
Yeah, I think I have too many cards in my hand right now, too. So, what to do? Discard that one, and this one. There you go. Alright. So I have 2 materials left over. I could trade that to energy or research if I wanted. I'd get 1, but that's not going to do anything for me, so I'm just going to end my turn. I hit done in the top left.
Okay.
Now you may also notice that there's a bunch of those white 5s everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
On the ship starts as 3. That is command cost. Every ship takes up a certain amount of command depending on the ship's size. So for example, a frigate is like 1, a cruiser takes up 2, dreadnought takes up 3.
Okay.
When you've used up all 5 command in an area, you can't have any more ships there, so it kind of encourages you to move your ships around.
Alrighty. Do that. Okay, it's not there.
And you'll notice right away that your colony ships have this little red circle around them where you move them.
Mm-hmm.
That red circle is telling you, hey man, you can colonize this planet, you should probably do it. And to do that, you can just drag and drop the colony ship right on top of the planet, and then we'll give it to you.
Alrighty.
Now you notice in your hand you have 3 different card types.
Mm-hmm.
You have ships, what you build to your planets, and like the colony ship, they'll become a ship on the board. They don't actually go to your graveyard until after that ship on the board has been destroyed, so playing ships can kind of serve as a way of thinning out your deck if you have a bunch of ships in the board but not in your deck anymore. You have developments, which are like buildings. You have something like the Enclave that lets you build ships in the sector. Normally only the core world can build ships in that sector. It has a little wrench icon on the bottom left.
Okay.
When you build the Enclave in other places, then that place will also have a wrench icon, meaning you can also build ships there. Now the circles under a planet, like on your core world you have 3 little circles, that's telling you that you can have 3 devs on that particular place. Others might have 2, you might have some that have 1, you can even have some that have 0. Like no sectors at all can be built there, no devs. And the third card type is an op. Ops are one-use effects that go right to your graveyard or out of the game after they're done. An op can be something like fresh recruits, pull 3 frigates out of your deck, and then you use it and it's gone.
Okay, so it's like a sorcery, gotcha.
Exactly, it's sort of like that.
Okay, and done.
I'm also done. And you'll notice that on the top left there, you got that little star symbol, as well as over your core world, you'll see stars.
Mm-hmm.
So for you right now, you have 23. If you actually click on my little purple one over there, you can see how many stars I have too. It says I have 25 right now.
Okay.
So we need 50 to win in terms of stars. And currently you can see that I'm like ahead of you by like 2, so not much.
Alrighty.
And there are 2 ways to get stars generally. You can either take over sectors, or when you build devs, you'll notice that devs also have a star value associated with them. The Tech 1 devs all seem to give about 2 stars each. The other 2 ways to win is you can use an invading ship. It means a ship with a little fist icon invasion. You take over the opponent's core world, that wins you the game on the spot. Or you can contest all 3 of an opponent's, or all of an opponent's sectors. Like right now we have 3 sectors and you have 3 sectors. If I had an attacking ship on all 3 of your sectors, I would win the game because I'm contesting all of them. Normally what contesting a sector does is prevents you from building ships and devs in that area. And the idea is that when you completely lock them out and have everything contested, you just win, instead of just sort of having them in like a checkmate situation.
Guess I can't play that yet.
Yeah, some ops can only be used during the battle phase.
I was looking at a ship. I guess I can't deploy it yet.
Oh, well, it could be due to command. Maybe you don't have an enclave in the sector you're trying to build it in, or if you don't have enough resources to do it, you might want to click the top right and trade your resources around to be able to play it.
No, I've got the resources. So I'm trying to play the Dreadnought.
Yeah, if you have a place with an enclave, you'll notice the enclave can't build dreadnoughts, it only does cruisers and frigates.
Ah, okay.
So you can build the dreadnought at your homeworld, though, if you want to do that.
There we go. It must not have had my homeworld highlighted.
Yeah, that matters, too. It's where your highlighted tries to build it for that particular place.
Okay. And done.
See what's up. Alright, so I moved some ships into your area now. So now we get to have a little battle phase. So over here we got Bruiser on Bruiser. Now the way to attack is you click on your ship, then click on my ship, and then you click on my ship again, and you'll see a little red line in a crosshair show up that says you're attacking this.
Okay.
Over here is another Bruiser and a colony ship. I will attack this. Alright, after you've done all your fights, you just hit done. Simultaneous fights, so we're both actually going at the same time. So when we both hit done is when the next turn happens.
So neither one of them killed each other during that battle?
Yeah, we both did 1 damage each. If you actually click on those ships, you'll see we're both hurt, but we're both alive. Because the damage does carry over each turn.
It's not letting me colonize this planet yet.
Well, you can tell you can colonize it when you see the little red circle.
So I just have to wait till I can do it.
Yeah, you can't colonize the same turn that you move to a particular place. It has to be like the next turn after. Also, if there's a ship in the area, that will also block you from colonizing it. If, say, like I have a colony ship or an attacking ship in that area too, that could block it.
Okay.
But the big thing is you have to wait a turn between colonizing. So you move it, wait, and then colonize. And it's always that giant red circle that gives you the tell that you can do it.
Okay, and done.
Yeah, our bruisers are definitely going to kill each other off. Bruiser time. I almost had all your places contested, too. I had 2 of them contested.
There we go. Now I can colonize.
Yes. And also worth noting on the bottom left there, you notice that little button?
Mm-hmm.
If you click that, it'll open up your tech pool. And your tech pool is basically full of your Tech 2 and Tech 3 cards. These are kind of like your powerful endgame cards, and they're stronger than the cards you start with in the deck, but they show up later. The way they work is you buy them for research, and then when you buy them for the research cost, they go to your discard pile, not your actual deck. The reason they go to your discard pile is because when your deck is empty, you're going to shuffle your discard pile into your deck.
Okay.
So the idea is that you'll draw these later. Honestly, they're more important on the larger maps. This is like the 12 sector maps or smaller map. We have also 18 and 24 sector maps. So like
yeah, I was looking at
sector
that.
map, you're going to see like a lot more tech cards getting played. On a 12 sector map, assuming like both sides are evenly matched and you're going for a while, you might see like 1 or 2 tech cards come out. But in the 24 sector map, you can have like multiples running around. Because obviously the longer the game takes, the more you go through your decks, and the more you're going to reshuffle and see new cards. Alright, we got a battle here. So you notice my Rhino's on top of your homeworld right now?
Mm-hmm.
Rhino has the raid module, and raid is making it so that your place produces 0 resources. On the bottom there you can see it says 000. Luckily you do have your Dreadnought here. If you didn't have your Dreadnought here and you weren't able to kill this guy on your next turn, your homeworld would give you 0 instead of 4 of each. It would really hurt your economy.
Yeah, I definitely don't want that.
Yeah. Luckily, you're going to get away, though.
Woo! Yeah, Dreadnoughts. Okay. Now, how do I tell the structure points of a planet?
Its developments have health. So, say you built an Enclave has 3 health.
Okay.
Ships with the Bombard module, they don't actually shoot at the planet itself, but rather they bomb the developments that are built on the planet. So Invasion is used to steal planets, and then Bombard is used to bomb the developments on the planet. Because sometimes the developments that you build will actually give an infantry defense value. They'll enhance that little red fist icon on the bottom right.
Mm-hmm.
So you might need to bomb a development to lower the infantry defense value of the place, so that you can then invade it with your invading ship. If you actually look at the sector where you have your Rhino, that ion cloud, My ship that's there is an invading ship, so that's one that has 3 troops, meaning he has an invade value maximum of 3. He can try and take over one of your places.
Okay.
And likely he would manage to take over your place because you don't have too much defense, but your ships will obviously kill him before he can get the job done.
Okay, we have a battle.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, like I said, this poor invading ship of mine here is doomed. He's no. So he got blown up.
This is a pretty cool interactive card game, I've got to say.
Yeah, we were looking for like not just a card game, but we wanted to also give it like this 4X element. So you got like the strategy board where you're doing all the exploring, exploiting, and conquering, and all that jazz, all the good stuff.
And whenever I click on a card, it usually tells me like, "Hey, you can deploy it at one of these places," and that's pretty helpful.
Yeah, definitely. We tried to make it as like intuitive as possible. Our next big release, actually, that like we're pushing for the game is to basically just do a bunch of quality of life improvements.
Mm-hmm.
Currently, if you click on ships in your hand, you'll notice it has a little eye icon. If you click on that, it doesn't work right now, but that's going to be like our information icon, where when you click that, it tells you everything you need to know about the card in particular.
Okay.
Yeah, like this card can do this, or it's useful at this, or it costs this much, or this module does this. Like explanations for everything. We're not in the game yet, but that's the next step.
The only thing that's a little jarring is when you rotate the stars a little, or like the planets.
Yeah.
Sometimes it gets stuck in some really weird angle. But if you click on a planet, it levels out.
Yeah, definitely. I've had that one before. You might also at some point have it so that you can use like the keyboard to kind of move the camera around too, to maybe fix it up a bit instead of just the mouse.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Oh, by the way, Nina, do you want to jump into the lore a bit while we're just kind of playing out our turns here?
Yeah, if you'd like to hear about that, Jason.
Sounds good to me.
So, of course, as you can see, that we currently have 2 factions, the Coalition and the Siliths. So the Coalition is kind of exactly what it sounds like. It's a coalition of different species, but all of these species are the descendants from humanity. So, of course, this is billions of years in the future. Our own solar system got used up, and we kind of spread out amongst all the other systems in the galaxy, in the Milky Way. So, kind of the Coalition's view of things and how they sort of treated the galaxy isn't all that great. It was basically mine everything for the resources, all the resources that it had, and move on to the next system. And so, the Coalition really only forms once Andromeda starts colliding with the Milky Way, because then they decide that, okay, we need to colonize even new areas, and more importantly, they meet the Silith, which is a threat to them. Because the Silith and the Coalition have this conflicting ideologies. The Silith, their system was dying kind of like how the Coalition's was dying in the beginning, but instead of sort of just moving on and exploiting that system, they decided to kind of coexist with it, or more adapt to it. They moved underground. So they kind of saw this as their survival in their dying solar system, as this divine intervention from the goddess Hashti. And another thing is that they think that Andromeda, the entire galaxy, is like the holy body of Hashti, and it needs to be protected. So when they run into the Coalition and see how the Coalition kind of treats galaxies and other systems, they decide that they need to take out the Coalition in order to defend Hashti. And that's kind of where the story of GalaCollider begins.
Okay.
And I'm fully trying to invade your place right now. That's why there's a red circle here. So it's interesting. Now, because you have an invading ship here and I have an invading ship here, I can assign troops to take it over, but then you can also assign troops to defend it. Now to do that, you would click on your ship, then click on the planet, and then click on the planet for each troop you want to assign.
Okay.
So currently your infantry defense starts at 1, and then you can increase it by 1 for every dude on that ship you have. And obviously my ship has 3 troops, so I can make it 3 total. So you need to either tie with 3 or beat 3. Now do keep in mind that there are certain ops that'll let me add more troops to that area I'm invading. So I might do that, I might not, you don't know. Little bit of a guessing game on that one.
Okay.
And I am at 40 stars too, if you look at my core world. So I'm 10 away from the star win. So if I take this place, it might give me a lot of value. Because when I take over a sector from you, not only do I get the sector, but I also take the developments in the sector, so I'll get like a lot of stars from it. Okay, and it looks like in this case I did end up getting it. I got it. I got the victory point win because I took that place.
Yeah, this is definitely an interesting strategy game, to be sure.
Yeah, for sure. And right now, the game is basically just this one-on-one mode, but we're also going to eventually have, say, like team modes, free-for-alls, some co-op against AI, maybe like a raid type mode. Or
that
just
would be
bad guys
interesting.
in general, like, say, pirates or something to be on neutral sectors, too. Like, we have a lot of plans for all that sort of thing.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, it's definitely, I can definitely see a lot of potential for multiplayer shenanigans.
Yeah, for sure. Like, for free-for-alls in particular, I think it'll be quite fun, because you get a big map and a lot of people who are all, like, fighting against each other, and then they'll be, like, backstabbing and teaming up and all that going on.
Oh, yeah, that'll be terrific.
Yeah, so definitely we have a lot planned for, like, the future pipeline, but for the time being, we're just working on getting the core game good to go and have it be balanced and fun and fair and kind of move from there.
Okay, are you going to add more factions to it or anything?
Yeah, there's definitely plans in the future to have factions. For the time being, it's just going to be 2, and we'll kind of see where we go. Like, even on our Kickstarter that we have running, like, there's stretch goals planned for all that sort of thing, too. If it would hit, like, really high numbers, we would see more factions maybe showing up. A lot of future thinking.
Alright, sounds good.